The following is a parody. Once upon a time, there was a virus in the land, and at first, they were a little concerned that people weren't taking it serious enough. But in fact, actually, the people had been looking into it. They had discovered that the virus happened as a direct result of some of the decisions that had been made by the very people entrusted with their so-called health and well-being. They had been experimenting in a laboratory in a distant land, trying to create stronger viruses so that they could come up with ahead of time strong vaccines to combat these viruses. And then something happened. The virus escaped. Now, at first, the far-off land denied that the virus escaped. And then, when it could not be denied that it escaped, it didn't really escape. It just happened because pigeons in the area were giving it to people because people were eating the pigeons. But a wise president in the land of patriots said, "That's bunk." And he called it the far-off land virus. And he recommended that we stop allowing travelers from the far-off land to come to the land of patriots. He was excoriated. He was vilified by his own media. They said that he was prejudiced against this far-off country. And therefore, we needed to make a plan that would truly save the lives of our people, because it wasn't the far-off country's fault that we were sick. It was his fault. It was his fault that he had not protected us. So along came Dr. Tushy. Dr. Tushy told the people in the land of patriots, "You don't need to protect yourselves by wearing hats like they are in the far-off land. It looks ridiculous to walk around in a hat. Just wearing a hat is not going to protect you from this sickness." But then something happened. When Dr. Tushy realized that people were digging into how this virus was created and how it escaped, he didn't want to be blamed. He didn't even want the president to know that he had gone behind the administration's back and he had actually authorized and issued funding for this experimentation to take place. No, couldn't have that found out. So he had to come out and appear to be even stronger when it came to protecting people. And the best way to do that is to make them afraid. So he came back out and said, "You got to wear a hat, and you got to wear it all the time. You got to wear it in your house, in your car, at night when you go to bed. Everywhere you go, you got to wear a hat. Everybody needs to wear a hat all the time. And don't take the hat off no matter what. Keep the hat on. The hat will protect you." Now, of course, there were people who said, "I don't know if I agree with that. That sounds rather ridiculous." But all of a sudden, it became the narrative of the land. All the little mini governors said, "If you're going to come to our state, you got to wear a hat. And you got to make sure that the hat is on. You can wear the hat inside the restaurant, but when you sit down, then you can take the hat off. But if you stand back up, you got to put the hat back on. If you're going to take a mouthful of food, you take the hat off. But once you've swallowed that mouthful of food, you put the hat back on, because it's the hat on that's going to protect you. You'll wear the hat on airplanes. You will make sure that your 2-minute-old babies will have the hat on too. Everybody must wear a hat all the time." Now again, a lot of people looked around and said, "This is crazy. We're seeing this virus, this sickness, really over-exaggerated. And for what point? Could it be because the one warning us and trying to scare us stood to benefit from the very cure of the sickness that he had a hand in stirring up and creating. But no, can't say that because you could get in trouble. After all, the thought police do not want you thinking. Therefore, they want you reacting. Wear the hat. Wear the hat wherever you go, because the only way you're going to be able to take the hat off is if you get our magic potion. And when you get the magic potion, you can take the hat off. But until you take the magic potion, you must keep the hat on. Now, as people began to take the magic potion, they began to say, you know what? When you go outside, you don't need to wear the hat. We know that some of you wore hats to protect you from sunburn. Some of you wore a hat because you were a little self-conscious about the fact that you didn't have as much hair as other people and you liked the cosmetic look of a hat. But you know what? Now that you've taken the magic potion, when you're outside, you don't have to wear the hat. In fact, nobody should wear the hat outside that's had the magic potion, and you can even stand next to other people that have had the magic potion. As long as they've had that magic potion, they don't need to wear the hat either. Some of us just said, I don't wear the hat anyway. The hat is dumb. I'm not going to wear the hat. And then came the day that they said now that because 40% of the people have had love potion number 9, now you don't have to wear the hat always inside. Now we can start to take the hat off inside. Can I help you right now? Because see, we've gotten all caught up in this hat. And see, the hat said, as we looked around and saw everybody wearing a hat, it's scary. People are getting sick. Other bad things could happen if we don't have the hat. And look over there, there's a guy who's not wearing the hat. And if he gets around me without his hat on, I'm going to get sick even though I've got a hat on. He needs to take his hat and put it on and keep it on. Then they suck people in. Why, let's have all different kinds of hats. Hats that have things on them that you really like. Teams that you support. People you like. Wear the hat. Wear the hat. Because the more we see the hat, the more we know we're sick, we're in trouble. And the experts, they know how to save us. They know how to help us. They want us to be well. But we have to do what they say. And so the liberals fit into one of two categories. Either A, they want to control and tell everybody what to do, or B, they are liberals who demand, tell me what to do, because I don't know what to do to take care of myself. I'm just going to wear the hat. I'm going to wear the hat everywhere. I even wear the hat when I'm alone. I wear the hat in the shower. I wear the hat everywhere. I need the hat. You know when this nonsense is going to end? Even though they're telling you you don't have to wear the hat outside. And now they're even suggesting that we can ease up on wearing the hat inside as long as we're around other people that have had the magic potion. You know when this all goes away? When you just refuse to wear the hat. And I don't mean a couple of you. I mean everybody. I mean tens of millions of you just don't wear the hat. Well, the sign says you got to have a hat on. Don't wear it. I don't wear a hat anywhere. You know what a hat does for me? Makes my head sweat, so I don't wear it. I just don't wear it. I take the hat off. I don't ever wear the hat. I don't. I can't say it gives me hat hair anymore, but it does if I leave it on too long. It'll leave a red ring around my head. I don't like it. So I don't wear it. Ever. Even the places where the big sign says, you've got to have a hat. I figure, what's the worst they can tell me? Put a hat on or you have to leave. Okay. Somebody else who sells what you sell will sell me that even if I'm not wearing a hat. See, if tens of millions of people just stop doing it, it will stop. We don't have to pine about this. We don't have to get angry and upset anymore. We just need to stop. Don't wear the hat. Because if you wear the hat, you keep wearing the hat, you're always going to wear the hat, because they're even saying now that, well, even once everybody's had the magic potion, you might want to consider during cold and flu season wearing a hat. Because the hat was a symbol of, we can control you. You will do what we say. So just don't wear the hat. In fact, take the hat off. A very different kind of a rant today, but one that I hope you understand is pretty important. In fact, some hats, like this one, which I do wear occasionally, and going out to hit golf balls, it doesn't fit right. Because I got kind of a fat head. For the most part, I wear a hat. Unless I'm coaching baseball. I don't wear a hat.